All right, I'm on hole number 4 of the 2019 Christmas tournament. I'm in the Monday practice round, qualifying round. Not sure yet. I missed a putt on here. All right, if I can pick that putt up on the next couple holes, I may qualify today just so that I can go in with an eagle, an extra eagle. Okay, this hole right here I'm going to bring out a 3 power ball. So I practiced with my low level account, and if you've got lower developed clubs, the key is to stay in the fairway. So instead of taking the risk of getting over here, I just laid up here on the top and went straight at it. And actually, I take that back. I laid up down here at the top, and that gave me this entire fairway, and I just ran it up in there. I went in with a QB, 100% accurate club. You can hit a 2-ring great to the left or the right and still end up in the middle of the fairway. The only way you're going to really get in the rough is if you hit a good. But you could lay up here and come in, although I think this is the better layup over on this side. What I'm going to try here, I'm going to bring out a bigger ball just so that I can take a look at it. But I think really the way to get down into this spot down here is if you start here and you draw the line. Let me pull back so we can see the tee box. So if you're here at the tee box and you're coming in through this area, where you have to start here, you've got to bring the ball a little bit around because you're trying to do this S to try and get it out into this feed zone. And you take a big risk of either clipping the rough here or clipping the rough at the very end down here. And what I think is the better way to go with this is, and I've only got a level 6 extra mile, so I don't have a lot of curl on it, is to start off out here farther to the left. Start off out here farther to the left so that you're trying to bring the ball and curl it this way so your landing zone is right there. So the question is, where do you set your ball up here? And you want to try and set it up so you're using maximum curl. So this shot out here is super easy. Just bring a QB, and you can bring a Marlin, and you don't have to burn out any of your big stuff if you've got lower developed clubs, and you can hit out into this area right here, and you have a nice shot coming in. Low percentage that you're going to make it because of all of the movement that we've got coming into all of these greens, but it's going to be difficult to get it in even if you're up here, but you do have a little bit better shot. I am going to explore to see if I can work this angle out, if I have enough curl to bring it around this curve. But I think the better way to come into this short landing zone here is to try and bring it in with some kind of movement so that you're coming in like this using the width of the fairway instead of trying to come in and try and weave and thread that needle, because you got 3 risk zones, one right here, and one right here. So you've got to make it through all 3 of those in order to get in the optimal spot. I think a lot of people are going to just end up here at the top, but I do think that we can use curl to just bring her straight down through that fairway. So we're going to see what that looks like. If that doesn't work, I'm just going to switch to my QB. Or if I don't like how it looks, I'm going to switch to my QB, bag number 2, and go at it with that. I want to change this to a Viper. And I'm going to change this to a backbone. My backbone just got upgraded. So I've got the same clubs in every account. I'm not going to end up in my short iron range, so that's not, well, let's put my most accurate, got a little teeny bit of toss in there. I'm going to put my most accurate short iron in there just in case for some reason I do get up in there and I've got it. I'm going to bring a Titan. And I've got the same clubs. If I use my QB, I'm probably going to be in my wood or long iron if I can get up there with my extra mile, if I think I can make it over. Problem with an extra mile 6 is you don't have a lot of, number 1, you don't have a lot of curl. Number 2, you don't have a lot of topspin. So I'm not sure if I can make it over to the other side. And even if I can get my ball guide to go over there, I'm not sure that I have enough curl to bring it back into the center of the fairway. All right. Let's see what my opponent's got. They've got an extra mile 6, so we should get a pretty good read here from what our opponent's doing. That's what I'm talking about there, is I'm not sure that there's enough topspin to bring that all the way over to the other side without taking a big risk of ending up in that sand. And I'm sure with lower developed stuff, even with lower developed stuff, we can probably get on from that sand. But ideally, we want to be able to take this next shot from the fairway. So I'm not sure I can get it up there even with a Titan. Hit it perfect. Let's see where it goes. It looked to me like it's just going to, and they were able to get it over past that sand. That's nice. Very nice. All right, let's see what we got here. Rather come at it from this side over here. And you just need just a little teeny bit, and you can't put on any overpower on it there. Go over just a little. We're gonna see what this responds like down here in this pit. So it's 2, 4. That leaves me 6, 7, 8. So that's about a quarter. So that's 1 1/4 rings. I'm gonna put on all of my massive curl. Hit it perfect, and see if I can run that straight through there and what the clip looks like. Now, if I'd had any more forward distance, I wouldn't have rolled off like that, and I would have taken a big risk of rolling into that rough. But if you've got an extra mile 7 where you've got more topspin and you've got more curl in that same exact spot that I was in, I would have been in the middle of the fairway, and I would have rolled out here to the end. And so it is possible, but that is a riskier shot as far as like having to take a rough shot or a sand shot to the green, as opposed to using your QB on the other side and just taking your lumps and getting up there. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, and I posted some videos on it with just practicing with my low-level clubs on this particular hole. I think I was in my wood range when I used my QB over there. So my opponent's in long iron. We'll see if I was able to eke down into my short iron range or if I'm still in long iron as well. If I am in long iron range, I'm probably going to be not in max club. Man, I'm in my short iron range. And I'm at about mid short iron. So it's 1.2 per ring. So we're probably in like the 2.1 per ring is where we're at. I'm going to go right at it. So 2.1 per ring, that leaves me 6. That's going to be around a third. Let's see if we can get that sucker in the hole. Oh, hit it great to the right. Great to the right. Da, 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 da. But that is good news, though, that if you take that shot right there, and that shot would be tremendously easier. I mean, extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot easier with an extra mile 7 than with a 6, just because of the curl. Bigger ball is not going to help you. Bigger ball helped me on that second shot to make sure that I was in my short iron range. But what you really need on that shot to make sure that you can consistently get over is more topspin. And you're going to pick that extra topspin up with a 7. You don't have in a 6. So much easier shot with an extra mile 6 or a 7 or an 8 than it is going to be with a 6. So if you've got anything less than a 6, and even with a 6, that's a dangerous shot right there. I mean, it has to be, you got to hit it good. I mean, you got to hit it perfect or as close to perfect as possible. And you've got to get your wind adjustment right. I'm playing these shootouts because I'm on a win streak, and I want to maintain that win streak. I want to see if I can get more than 30 games in a win streak. Got a little bit of wind here going. Where's that put me? Come back just a titch. Right at the hole. 3.7. That's about a 2-ring pull with my Viper. It's 1.9 per ring, so it's 3.8 for 2 rings. So I'm going to just do a 1-ring pull. Or excuse me, a 2-ring pull. hitting it perfect, which is what I wish I would have hit coming into the green on the other hole. Just a bit outside. Definitely opened the door for my opponent right there. It felt like I needed to put a little bit more backspin on it, but some of these greens here, and I can't remember if it was this one or the first par 3 that we play, hole number 3, it goes a little bit uphill, so it comes to a faster stop. So a little more backspin or be back just a little bit farther. So that big dog at that range, it's about 2.4, 2.5 per ring. So they should have been about a ring and 3/4 pull, and they hit it great to the left. So it should be pretty great to the left. All right, I kept my win streak up, I think. Possibly. It's going to be close. All right, still on my win streak. I think I'm at 24 games now, so we'll keep rolling. All right, I'm still working on these holes with my low-level account. I went out in the practice round, and I played all these holes with a Marlin, and I was able to get on and get all of the holes and get what would be the -12 with a Marlin. So now what I'm doing today is I'm going out and I'm seeing what's possible with a bigger ball. So if you've got lower developed clubs, there's nothing that you can do about that. It takes time to develop your clubs. But what you can do is you can pull out a ball that will enhance those clubs. Now, you're not going to get ball guide. You're not going to get accuracy in a ball. But what you can get is some distance that you may be lacking. But your chances of still sinking that shot, if you get into your short iron range where you start to get a club that's got some ball guide in it, then you're obviously enhancing your chances that you're going to pick up a shot. But if you, especially today, if I'm going to go back through and I'll watch these videos compared to the ones that I took with the Marlin, and some of them I may go, hey, I was able to get into a different spot, and that spot might have been in a long iron instead of a wood, but I have just as good a chance with my wood, and there's no reason to take more risks and to burn a bigger ball just to get into my long iron range. So I'll have to go back and weigh that. But the goal here, just looking at this bracket right here, we have quite a few people that have finished playing this bracket. You come in and you shoot the minimum score of -12. And if you can shoot the minimum score of -12 with a Marlin and not have to pull out any big balls, then, use the Marlin and save them for the opening and the weekend round. Take your shots where you can. That hole right there, it was definitely worth trying to get up there to get into my short iron range. Let's go back and look at that hole. It was definitely worth trying to dig up in here to get into my short iron range, but I really do believe that you're better off on this hole trying to weave in this way instead of trying to thread the needle coming this way. Because if you hit it out there, it's going to be really easy to end up in this trap. But if you're having any problems, or if you don't have an extra mile 6, because if you don't have an extra mile 6, overpower here is not going to help you. You've got to bridge this gap, and so it's all about topspin. So if you don't have an extra mile 6, use your QB, hit it up into this area, bring a big, and I'm not sure that bringing a bigger ball is going to help you. If you brought a Titan out here and it put you into your long iron range, then it's worth bringing the bigger ball. If you come out here and you're with a Titan and you're still in your wood range, it's not helping you bringing the bigger ball. So just bring the lowest wind ball that you have in your bag. Bring out one of these 5 wind balls that they're selling right now, or bring out a Navigator. It's a 2 wind ball. But you won't have to bring out a bigger ball. So the question is it better to get in here? For me, it may be better to get in here because my Kingfisher's got great ball guide and it's super accurate. So I could make that shot. And you're a mid club. But you have to weigh that in your account based on your clubs. But at any problems whatsoever, hit out here with a QB and a Marlin, get on the green, get your birdie, and move on to the next hole. All right. That was hole number. What hole was that? Let's see if it locked out here. Come on. That was hole number 4 of the Christmas tournament in 2019. Thanks for watching.